what motivates you on a day-to-day to keep this all going? Keep striving.
If I'm going to be completely honest, fear of failure is a big motivator. And beyond it just being for me, I know how much this community means to a lot of people that either work here, come here, train here, or whatever. And I would never want to let them down in that sort of way.
I see the way they act, treat you, talk about you. It's nothing but love.
Really?
Even when you're not here, outside the room, something the way they talk about you.
Thank you.
Yeah, because if this place closed, then it's like, oh, where are they gonna go now? Exactly. It's not the same vibe. So it's like, we got to make sure this place stays open. Yeah. So that's why I said, don't forget, you can invest in your man, get him on this pole right here. And,
we said they got a flexible boyfriend.
Right? Open the hips, I'm just saying.
Yeah, there you go. Opening the hips is crucial. So,
and how would you describe the Fit Factory success so far?
It's been amazing. Obviously, just like with any other business, we've hit our bumps in the road, but for the most part, everything's just been steady progress. We just keep growing and building. Our community is growing. Our space is growing. What we're capable of doing is growing. So I feel like we've done pretty damn well.
Now, what's the ultimate goal? Like, when can you say, I did it. I finally made it. I'm the best.
When I retire in Costa Rica with my aerial space in Costa Rica that's open air, and then I can just run retreats like once a month and then just go pick fruit and live my life.
And just eat food, be one with nature.
Exactly.
So, looking back at everything, do you have any regrets? Do you have anything that you say, I wish I would have done this? Do you have anything I wish I would have done just different? Like, looking back at your hindsight.
I think, I don't want to say regret, but something that I would have shifted off the bat was because that these were people that I already had deep relationships with and friendships with. I struggled with the role of now being their boss when I initially started. And I almost resisted it a little bit. And I didn't almost resist it. I did resist it in the beginning because I didn't want things to shift in regards to a relationship. And I think that it had to shift just all around. And it wasn't anything that anyone made me feel like I couldn't have asserted myself in that sort of way. It was just me not wanting things to change as much as they needed to. Yeah, so I think off of the bat, if I could do anything differently, I would have just embraced that role a little bit more and just kind of establish that foundation with everybody from the beginning.
Sometimes somebody got to hear you.
Yeah, and I don't even mean it in like an aggressive way. Yeah. I just mean like me owning the fact that was my role at that point and then just operating from that place rather than creating this sort of divide where it was like friend hat, boss hat. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they've all been nothing but respectful, so that was a me thing.
I definitely see it. Like, I was watching the show the other day, and when you were performing, like, I couldn't even hear the music how I was screaming, right? It was going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. So if somebody is interested, any men or women are interested, how would they sign up? How would they take a class? How would they go forward?
So they can go right through our website. It's thefitfactoryli.com, and our whole schedule is up there. All the classes that we do, we break down into levels. So anyone, no matter what your background is, whether you have an athletic or dance background or not, I didn't when I started. You start with a level 1, and we're teaching you the foundations that are going to get you stronger, help you. It's kind of, you have to kind of learn how to work with the centrifugal force of your own body. So that level 1 is building foundations, building comfort, learning how to like pull centrifugal force out of your own body. And then you just build from there. And I think one of the most beautiful things about this practice, and at least for me personally, why it's stuck with me for so long, is you're never going to be perfect at it. There's always going to be something that you want to achieve. You're always going to want to be a little stronger, a little bit more flexible, like a different range that you need to hit a different type of move. So,
self-improvement.
Yeah, so it's like self-improvement, absolutely.
So everything I want to see, that's what we can do, self-improvement.
Yeah. So, and we just hold your hand the whole way. There's 4 levels that you can go through, and at that 4th level, it's pretty much just, it's not capped. We just keep going.
How long is each level?
That is so individual.
Oh, okay.
You know, I've had people who do come from athletic or dance backgrounds that maybe take 3 to 5 classes in the level 1 and just pick it up and are ready to be challenged. And then I have other people who stay in that longer because they really just want that to settle into their bodies before they feel comfortable going up to the next level. And both of those are fine. That's why we don't do programs where it's like, hey, come in for these first 6 weeks and stay here in the 6 weeks and then we'll all progress together, because as adults, we're all different. We're not little kids coming where it's like,
whatever you say goes.
yeah, whatever you say goes. And depending on your life and your schedule and all those things, like you may not be able to get here as much as somebody else can. So we really let it be self-paced so people can feel successful in whatever way works for them.
And what's the days and hours of operation?
So it's I would say it's like class-based. It's a little bit different depending on when we have classes. So Monday through Wednesday, we'll have some classes in the morning and then close in the middle of the day, reopen around 5 and have classes for the evening. Then Thursday, Friday is just evenings. Saturday, Sunday is like Sundays for the most part, we have classes all day. Today was a little unique. And then, this is the class. This is it. And then Saturdays we do classes until mid-afternoon. And then that's the day that we'll have events or things like that.
Right, well, we learned a lot today about the Fit Factory and your journey. Just to wrap things up, if you could just one more time give us your name, your social media, where they could find you. And the last piece is where you want to see this in the next, let's say, 2 to 3 years, and then we could close this out.
Yeah. So within the next 2 to 3 years, my biggest focus is taking the shows and having them on a larger scale, but then also more people having access to them. Right now, we do our staff shows twice a year because we're really selling to the audience that we already have here. So we don't want to water down the experience. We want to keep it special. And my goal is that we have so much exposure that we can run these shows once a week, once every other week, and have different people come in all the time. Well, also, those shows are available to people for corporate events, birthday parties, and we could cater it to any sort of theme or style or level of conservativeness that anyone would need. It could go from like leotards with sparkles on them if people needed a little bit more conservative, to the primal show that you guys saw that was all primal and stuff. So that's really my biggest goal. I really want to take these events, and my biggest motivator for that is that I can now create different streams of income for my instructors and the people that work here. So the more that builds, the more I can pour back into the community, and we kind of all just keep flowing and growing together.
Everyone wins together.
Yeah, everybody wins together. Everybody eats. Yep. I want to knock down these walls. I want the space to be more open, so this way we can just, instead of having 40-person events, we can have 100 and 150-person events.
That's what I like to hear, increasing that capacity.
Yeah, increasing that capacity 100%. Yeah. So.
And you have that address, say the address, the location.
Yeah, so we're at 620 Johnson Avenue, Unit 4 in Bohemia. The website, as I had mentioned before, is thefitfactoryli.com. Our Instagram is thefitfactoryli, and my name is Krystle.